Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 86 of Direwolf20's Enigmatica 2 Expert Mode series, where today I'm looking to make an active fluid cooler to cool down fission and fusion reactors. That's what I think I want to make. I guess I'll teach you how to make this thing, right buddy? Because that sounds like a good idea. Active cooler. Active fluid cooler. Do you know how to make those things yet? I don't even know. So the reason I'm making this is, and I'm not even sure if it's like totally, didn't I just put the thing in the thing? Active fluid cooler. There you are. So yeah, you need to know how to make a cauldron. No biggie. They're easy. Just a little bit of iron. The reason I'm making this thing is a couple people mentioned that I might want to cool my reactor. I don't know what happens if I don't. It's probably bad, right? And I decided to take a quick peek over at my reactor. Is the active guy ready yet? Come on, bro. Let's go. You're making lead item casings. You're making some iron plates. You're doing all the things. We've got one down. And we've got the other one down. Let me get some flux points. Let me get some gas conduits. And we'll see what happens. Actually, I'm not sure if I need gas, because you produce a liquid helium, don't you? Yeah, you're producing a liquid helium, so that's cool. All right, so the gist of what I understand here is that you want to pipe a liquid into this active cooler to keep things cool, okay? I really need to, like, get that thing that makes it that I can use my pickaxe on dirt. I'm used to having a drill. So the temperature is getting to a point where it's like nearing some kind of limit, and I assume bad things happen when it gets that high. So I'm curious what'll happen. So this is a temperature change of 50K per tick, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna temporarily remove this, because I went ahead and added a portable tank, much like I have for neutronium fluid. And from what I read online, you need to have your active fluid cooler touching at least 2 electromagnets. Okay. And then let's put you guys here, and you're going to be insert, and you're going to be extract. So you are an active fluid cooler getting helium? Doesn't seem like it's doing anything, does it? That's the understanding that I had. Pump coolant into this block to cool down fission and fusion reactors. Must be placed in a fission structure on or the diagonal of a fusion ring. If used to cool a fission reactor, requirements for each fluid type are the if used to cool fusion reactors, it's much more efficient for a cooler to have a partner on the exact opposite side of the entire fusion ring. Cool. Okay. So active fluid cooler. I read that helium is a valid coolant. I mean, what we can try is make you insert, not extract. Cool. And let's try water, because that should work, right? It's interesting to me that there's like no UI though, or anything along the lines that says like, yeah, you're actually getting helium in here and it's not doing anything. So let's throw water on this bad boy and see what happens. So it says it has water in there, so that's good. Now, from what I understand, it should be telling me that it's cooling. There should be a note on here that says, like, yeah, you're cooling. So he accepted water, so that's good. So what I'm going to do is see if he's actually using water. Let's try you here. Right? This is Dyer learning how stuff works. And then we'll make it look decent, hopefully. got water in you. Oh, active cooling rate. There we go. 33K per tick. So that's not even close to the 50,000 K per tick that we're currently doing. So water ain't gonna work for me. Are you actually using the water though? It is, just very slowly. Alright, so now let's try it with helium again. Because from what I read online, helium should be a valid way to do this. Let's see. So we do have a helium bucket. So that is helium from nuclear craft. There's also liquid helium from nuclear craft, which is a super cool form of helium. I think that might be why. I think we have to cool this helium that we're getting, and that'll get us the liquid helium that we need. Okay, got it. So we need a super cooler. Okay. Okay, super cooler. What's involved in making a super cooler? How close to, like, bad things are we? I'm not quite sure. But let's see what's involved in making a super cooler, shall we? Super cooler lowers the temperature of fluids. Okie dokie. Let's see if we have most of, if not all, the things we need to make one of you. We're missing hard carbon alloy, which is made in an alloy smeltery between diamond and graphite. Okay, that shouldn't be too big of a deal. Alloy smeltery, we have one more slot left, so we're cool. Make the thing. And make it quick, because Dyer doesn't want an exploding fusion reactor. In general, exploding fusion reactors are bad. I would imagine. I would imagine that that's a bad thing. Right? So super cooler. That's good. Right? So then what we're going to want, let's get another tank, just so we can see what this looks like. Right? So I'm going to get a simple, not super spiffy tank to store this stuff, and we'll see what kind of gains or losses we're going to have. Hey, quest complete, super cooler. Nice. So theoretically, right, what we're going to need to do is pipe you into the super cooler. Right, so you're going to be extract, always active, and you're going to be insert. And you're going to get helium, and now you just need power. And I don't know what kind of power, but we're going to find out. Alright, 2,000 R per tick. So can we get some speed upgrades? Because again, I'm not... Well, let's go ahead and throw this thing in here and see how this works out, right? So you, sir, go there. Presumably, I can pipe this up here. Right? Active pressure fluid conduit, right? And then I'm going to have you go to there so that you will extract always active and insert, right? So now you're getting liquid helium, right? And then you're going to be piped to here. So you've got liquid helium in you. And your temperature change now is... Wow, not even putting a dent in it. Okay, cool. Looks like we might need a few more active coolers. Okay. But the note here is that this thing doesn't use that liquid helium that much. So are we producing more helium than we're converting at this point? We definitely want some speed upgrades on this thing. So we're totally going to want speed upgrades. Speed upgrades from nuclear craft. That doesn't look so bad. I don't know how many of these we can get, so let's just get 16 and see what happens. Boom. Seems to work. Overclocking. And this will probably drastically increase. Now, there's also the energy upgrades, right? That will cut down on the insanity of the energy conduit use. So nuclear energy upgrade. I might want to teach you this one. Because that looks like he's got a lot of steps involved in him. And you know what? Maybe while I'm here, I'll teach you this too. Just cause. And I'm sure I don't know how to make pressure plates, right? Not iron ones, at least. So, could you get me like 11 more of these? Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Loving it. Nice. Nice and quick. Gotta like fast crafting, right? Can't go wrong with that. I should upgrade my machines downstairs, the mechanism ones. Now that we have like stupid amounts of power, right? We should look into doing that. So my question really is, am I producing enough helium from this fusion reaction to keep itself cool? Or do I need, you know, more? So if I pop, so this is 2,000 RF a tick. If I pop the 16 in there, you're suddenly using 306,000 RF a tick. So that's a good time. And now you're at 18,000 RF a tick. All right, not bad. Not bad. What I might want to do is convert you to ender conduits so that you're faster. Not terrible. Now, are you building up some kind of buffer, I would hope? I would hope. And we'll see what kind of coolant we can get here. So apparently if this thing reaches critical, I don't know what's going to happen. But we're going to need a lot of coolers, right? Now, it did say, let's get more coolers. Because we need about a dozen of them. So we'll get those guys cooking, right? I kind of want to speed this up a little bit. So, hey guys, do me a favor. Make it quick. Gotta love it. Getting there. Go. Now, it said something about being efficient by putting it on the exact opposite side. So, like, let's put a couple over here and see what happens. That might be cool. At this point, I should really just get a shovel. That works. So for you, buddy. Guess what we want, ultimately. How are we for conduiting? I have enough. It's a little dire wiry, but it'll get the job done. Just for me to understand how this works, and then we can clean up the cabling in a bit, right? So you are going to be an insert. You will be an extract always active, right? So now you should be getting helium. Right? Theoretically. Where'd all your helium go, buddy? Are we using it that much faster? Oops. Didn't want that off. So now you're... Now that don't make no sense, unless you're using it a lot faster. Ah, there's your problem. But it's funny that this thing doesn't have any kind of buffer. That makes me a little concerned. Alright, so now you're at 400 helium, and your cooling effect is 8,800. So that doesn't seem to be any better, right? So now my next question is, what happens if we put I need more conduiting. Come on, bro. Conduits. Quickly, nuclear reactions are at stake. Because I'm not sure what it means by directly opposite, right? So that's like a valid question. Okay, so my problem is I technically seem like I'm out of helium a bit. Is that really the case? So I'm no longer voiding helium. It looks like we need 8,000 or 8 buckets of helium becomes 25 millibuckets of liquid helium. Okie dokie then. There's your problem. Liquid helium, helium. So we could also do like other things, right? Now did you get somebody? Hopefully you got some. Alright, so there's part of the problem. So there's other things we can use to cool this. I was hoping that helium would be a cool way to do it, but maybe we could do cryotheum. Can we get buckets of cryotheum? Because like that stuff's easy enough to make, right? Yes. It's 4 cryotheum dust and a bucket. So we're going to do this, we're going to do this. You're going to make my 4 cryotheum dust. So 4 cryotheum dust and a bucket. In here. Down. Actually, why did you accept cryotheum in the fluid transposer? That makes no sense. Oh. Down. Huh. Okay. Do you not accept cryotheum dust? Oh, right. Down. Ah, that's why. It's a blacklist. Got it. Okay. Let's just get the buckets of cryotheum going on here, and then we'll figure that out. Yeah, why would you accept that? That doesn't make any sense. We might need a filter from Ender.io real quick. Down, insert, blacklist, cryotheum. Okay. So give me like a handful of buckets of cryotheum, right? And snowballs, we are currently keeping a stack's worth, but let's get a little bit more. Let's make it 5 stacks worth of snowballs. Wow, really? Okay. Come on, bro. Don't show me recipes that aren't valid. You, and you. Cool. So that just increases our stack so that we have a little bit more in the buffer. Alright, so let's try this. And we're going to see how well cryotheum does for us. So how are we doing on heat here, guys? Getting a little bit close, making me a little nervous. And we can automate this, obviously. Okay, so you're cryotheum. Now you're chilling at... Wow, okay, that's pretty good. 38,400 active cooling. So that might actually make a good difference. So I bet that if I threw some conduiting here, and yes, I realize the dire wire is strong with this one, right? But it is what it is a little bit, right? So is that enough to keep us cool? Hey, our temperature's going down now. Sweet. Alright, so it is actually really beneficial. Like, super actually very huge bonus by having the cooling on the opposite corners. That's really cool. Okay. Okay, so now how to automate this? What we're gonna want is a magma crucible. Okay, we're gonna need to make a magma crucible. So I'm gonna need 2 copper gears, reception coil, and frame. Okay. And then we're also going to want ender chests. Hopefully I can make 2 of you easily enough with our current resource set. Good. Wow, we have nothing else. Wow, that was close. Okay. We want blue, so we want lapis. Okay, so check this out. Follow me here. Okay, we're going to want cryotheum. Give me like 10 of you. Cool. That shouldn't be a big deal. We're going to want an interface. We're going to want a flux duct. Item duct. We're going to want... Are those the signal plated ones? I don't think I need those. Regular item ducts should be fine. Servo. Filter. Electrum should be good. Maybe not that many buffered. Thank you for the super fastness. Okay. So real quick, wherever I have an extra channel, doesn't super matter where I set this up. We've got 6 channels here. This could do. We've got 5 channels over here available to us. That's kind of an auto crafting area down there. I don't know. I don't even know where it makes sense to put this thing, to be totally honest with you guys. But what I'm going to do is have an interface here that's set with a crafting card. Make one of those for me, please, kids. To keep why do I even have this stuff in my inventory right now? 10 cryotheum in stock. Okay. And with the crafting card, that means that you will auto-craft to make that happen. So if we keep an eye on our auto-crafting setup, we should see it's actually making the cryotheum we need, which is cool, right? So the cryotheum really is just blizz powder, snow, and redstone. And ultimately, blizz powder is made over here with essence and snowballs. So it's just really just snow and redstone, right? And the essence is made by my mob farm, okay? And then you, sir, will get one of these guys to go here, okay? And this can, well, I'm going to want that. So what we're going to want to have is our item ducts with a filter. Keep 16, whitelist, cryotheum. And you, whoops, can have a servo ignored. Sweet. So then you're going to go back, and you're going to auto-craft this, right? Now we want our magma crucible. And what we're going to set up will be over here. So we're going to come to this guy. We're going to get rid of you, because you're really not necessary anymore. You guys can stay, though. Okay. We're going to pop this thing here. Nope, I lied. We're going to pop this thing here. Okay. How about you input from the back? And you can have item ducts. Like that. Sweet. then you will output out there. So that means that you get the liquid cryotheum, and now that's good. We should have coolant going now. Right down to the wire. Right down to the wire. But I think we're good now. Now, I don't think we need to speed up that cryotheum production at all. I don't think we need to speed this up at all. Okay, I think it's totally cool the way it is, right? It seems like we're using a lot. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I do want to speed it up a little bit. I'm going to throw an upgrade kit on there, and maybe we'll throw some augments in, just to be safe. So I don't need you guys anymore. I don't need a super cooler. I don't think we need any more active fluid coolers. I don't need a rotary condensator. I thought I did before, but I don't think I do. And that should all be cool. Just organizing inventory real quick. All right, and then augments, right? Doesn't hurt to have them at the end of the day. Nice. Works for me. And we might want to speed this bad boy up, right? And you clearly are already running low on mob essence, so that's a thing. So I'm guessing what's happening is we gotta go visit our mob farm. Yeah, you guys are still in that mode. So let's turn this thing back on. Wow, why is it so dark over here? Can I turn that on? That's gonna make mob essence for us, I think. Right, so all this stuff is off. That should be good. And because I don't really use blood magic for flight anymore, and it's just occasional lava production, I think we're cool. So that should be getting us more mob essence a lot more quickly. Hopefully at a net gain kind of level. We'll see. Not terrible. I mean, enough, right? Blizz powder uses how much? It looks like around 250, right? 200 millibuckets of essence. That's a pretty decent rate, right? Like, we're getting that pretty good. And at some point soon, we're going to back stuff all this stuff, right? Theoretically, hopefully, possibly. How are we doing? I'd really like to see this have gelid cryotheum backlogged in it, and then I'd feel better. So let's come back in a minute. So guys, good news. Just letting this sit for about 10 or 15 minutes, not even that long, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10. I'm seeing gelid cryotheum in the tank, which tells me that we have a net gain of gelid cryotheum here, right? And that's a good thing. It's definitely using it, but yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on things just to make sure. I mean, it's definitely using it at a decent pace, but we clearly got a net gain going, so that's kind of cool, right? I'm assuming that everything's running smoothly. I don't know why when I'm over there, I'm not seeing... This area is chunk loaded, right? Yeah, it should be. All right, so we'll just keep an eye on it, and hopefully, right, like, things are good. Yeah, so that's that. So we cooled our fusion reactor. I think that's a good thing, right? That's probably a good thing. I think it's a good thing. Like, this thing's obviously doing its job, right? Making the essence. And once it gets a backstuffed amount, what's going to eventually happen is the tank is going to completely full, and then the magma crucible is going to backstuff with 64. If I wanted to chill that out a little bit, we could have a filter in there that limits how much gelid cryotheum is allowed to exist. So, like, what I might do is borrow you for a sec once more gets produced. You can see it clearly being made at a pretty decent rate. So, what I think we'll ideally see, right, right, is this thing. See, it's already at 32 buckets, right? And you're probably going to start backstuffing the internal gel cryotheum now. Cool. So let's filter you. Also store 16. Whitelist. Can I snag some gel cryotheum from here? And it's funny, every time I come over here, it stops producing. So I feel like, do I need to be near my mob farm for mob essence to show up? I would hope not. I could have sworn that would run, you know, without that happening. But clearly, being over here, things run better. And being over there, they do not. So I don't know what's up with that. But we're definitely getting a net gain, which is, you know, that's cool, right? In fact, yeah, we'll go ahead and do this. So you'll keep 16 at most in there at all times, right? So I'll just save me a little bit of backstuffing. All right. So for now, Del20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We will come back next time. Snow, by the way, production should be more than sufficient, right? Yeah, we have plenty of snowballs. The problem is just waiting for the mob essence, which is not a huge problem because clearly we have a net gain over there, right? Like we filled up that tank while the reactor was running. So that tells me without a doubt we are producing more mob essence than we need, which means that, you know, next episode we should be constantly cooling that reactor. So that... crisis averted. Yeah, definitely was not aware that fusion reactors could go boom. I don't know how bad the boom is. From what I've read, what happens is the magnetic coils here just fail, and then all this superheated gas inside spills out and starts creating fires all over the place. But it's not like an explosion, right? It's a mess, but it's not like a destroy your base kind of mess. So it shouldn't have been that bad if it did happen. But for now, Del20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Maybe next episode we'll come back and do the thing that I wanted to do today, which was something around automating astral sorcery crystals, but we'll see. All right, for now, take it easy.